y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of season 30 of LGAHL Rink Talk. I'm your host, Dunks. We got the usual cast back with us today. Thanks with his shitty connection and his snacks, Down Syndrome Dave with his mute button, and Jesse Smitter with that beautiful face. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Oh, that's
Not
good.
bad, not bad.
I think Dangs is frozen.
Shocking.
Yeah, imagine the shock on my face. Logged out yesterday, it cost us a loss, and then, whatever. Here we are. Not too much going on around the league this week. There was the big bans of a couple guys. One of those being Papa Adams, who received a 2-season ban, which I thought that should be a 3-season ban because he was an EGM, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to look into that.
Dangs.
Oh, did he just lag out? Yeah. Okay. See you later. Provorov also with
lag out of our lives.
Maybe that would probably be good for us, to be honest. But Papa Adams receives a 2-season ban for harassment of one of the players in the league. Euro was involved with that, kind of ripped apart Adams, and a couple other people got a week suspension. Provorov, not sure his involvement with that, also gets a week suspension. And then the controversial one, I hate talking about this because I feel like an idiot, but Dinks was banned, and that is honest to God, I had no clue. Everybody said it, but I had talked to him like in parties and stuff like that. I played Destiny with the guy. Like, I had no clue. Bryson had no clue. Nobody had any clue except for Sauce and Puck started throwing out the rumors, and I just assumed it was because his tag was close to mine and because he had good stats. But then again, what do I know? Because I'm an idiot. So, oh my God, there's just like a shitty glare on my. Anyways, anybody else got anything to say about it?
I thought Dinks was you playing with your feet too.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah.
Somebody asked me how I played on 2 accounts at once, and I said, "Oh, apparently I played with my feet."
I didn't actually read up any of this at all. Who was it?
It was it was Taster, yeah, and some other guy that was on that St. John's team, and I guess it was 2 other guys on that St. John's team, if I'm not mistaken, and then Dinks, the actual tag Dinks belongs to one of those guys' roommates or something like that. I'm not sure the whole story, but I never knew anything other than the rumors, and I just shrug them off because there's rumors every season that people are second tagging, but who knows?
I'm always second tagging,
Yeah. Well, who's your second tag, Dave?
Anybody who's bad.
Oh, okay. Mine's GB521. So I'm a Stanley Cup. I'm a Stanley Cup winner. But that's pretty much it for league news this week. Standings are shaking out kind of, sort of how we expected them to go. Not completely, but Providence and Hershey and Charlotte are at a 3-way tie in the Eastern Atlantic, with Bridgeport only a point behind them. Those are the top 4 teams. I think it's funny that Bryson's plan was to leave the Pacific Division and to get into an easier division. Well, I don't think it was his plan, but we were kind of looking forward to it, and then we're just in the hardest division again. So far, at least. 20% mark of this season. But Hartford not doing too well. I expected them to be a playoff team. And then Utica, Toronto, and Eastern North, Rockford, Milwaukee, Western Central, and Tucson. Bakersfield kind of surprising a few people, and Stockton not doing too well to start the season with a 10-6-2 record, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. Anything you guys got to add?
I have something completely unrelated to add.
Go ahead.
I can't remember who it was, but I got a random message on Xbox from somebody asking me how the fuck I waste all my time on Dink Talk. And so I'm gonna answer him now. See, every time I go on Dink Talk, I have a nice little shiatsu massage going on here. So I just sit here and use this show as an excuse to just, sit back and get a little bit of a massage and bullshit or with people and pretend like I know what I'm talking about.
I
just wanted to add that.
Did you get that from your work?
Yeah, for $12.99. It was great.
So does it feel good? Because like my lower back usually fucks up when I sit in my chair for long periods of time.
It is. It's fucking awesome.
So can I get you to like mail me one of those?
I can probably mail you one of those.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. And then we can spend more time doing Dink Talk and tell that guy to shove it.
Yeah, and we'll actually enjoy our time here.
Yeah. I don't enjoy doing this.
Yeah, no, I usually hate it unless I have my massager.
I mean, look at Jesse. He's just leaning back like these
I'm lounging the fuck out, dude. I'm thinking about my back not hurting. I'm thinking I was wishing I was having that thing. I'm just sitting on fucking pillows.
I don't know. Dinks just has a stupid face whenever he's on the show. Just can't even see his finger because it's cut off. Like he shows us half his face on camera. He doesn't know how to sit.
That's his good side.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, we're going to jump into our usual stuff from last season. Some of you guys will know what we're talking about. We usually highlight, each person highlights a top forward, a top D-man, and a top goalie, and then the opposite, a shitty one at each position. So we're going to start it off with this season's newcomer. Jesse, why don't you give us your top forward?
Okay, so top forward I like. Center off of Chicago Wolves, gamer tag of Carm95. 4-2 this season, 18 points, 9 goals, 9 assists, +2. Just got traded to Chicago last week. He went 3-0. He actually, one of his wins were against us. Seems to play pretty defensively, not putting up a lot of points, but I mean he's got the +2 and the plus-minus. Takeaway giveaway stat is kind of in the dumps, but that's a broken stat, so we don't really look at that too much. Face-off percentage 51.9. Only 6 penalty minutes in 6 games. Not too bad.
I do gotta say, can you tell Danks that the giveaway stat is broken? Thanks. Oh wait, actually, it's not broken when he gets 20 giveaways in a game, but it's broken when I do. Let's clarify that.
Fuck you.
All right. Since we're talking to Dangs, who you got for your top forward this week?
I know we're not allowed to talk about him on the show, but I got Wickedly Moist.
Okay, so this is your last episode then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go join the Moist show anyways. Doesn't work.
All right, go aheed.
So basically, he's played on like the worst team in the whole league. Put up fucking 26 points in 2 weeks. Went 4-2-0. +12 and only had 45 giveaways. So that's impressive for being on Buttsville.
I feel bad as a Senators fan. I feel like I should feel bad anyways if Belleville does really poorly, but then I'm like, they're in our division, aren't they? Yeah. So yeah. Then my good feelings go where or bad feelings. Dave.
I just want to clarify that Ontario's still the worst. That's
okay.
it. My top forward is Dr. Trey, 2001 of the Syracuse Crunch. To be honest, he had a really good winning record last season, and I don't even remember hearing about. I don't think we talked about him at all. Because I when I go through my top forwards, I like to look for guys on mediocre teams who happen to get a good amount of points or plus minus. And he had, over the 2 weeks, he went 4-2-0, had 16 points and was +10 on the Syracuse Crunch, who are 8-9-1. So I like to look for like diamonds in the rough, if that's what you want to call it, and he caught my eye this week.
No, that's fair. What was his record last season? I'm curious because you said
17-7-3.
oh, bit better than
He was on Tucson.
Oh, that's why we didn't talk about him. We didn't like Tucson last season, remember?
Yeah,
Zaka.
No, that wasn't Zaka last season. Zaka was San Diego. Blindsy and his ethics were
Blindsy and Cadillac Pedo.
Yeah. So, we're too ethical or unethical to talk about Tucson, so we just avoided that all in its entirety. So I guess that leaves me. My top forward, I know I talked about him last week, but I'm going to talk about him again this week because he's got a 4-1-1 record on a struggling Hartford team, and that's my buddy D1 Miller. He's got 18 points, 3 goals, 15 assists, so he's doing a great job at dishing the rock with a +7. One thing I will say is he does have 76 giveaways on the season so far. Not great from a center, but I know that that team has really struggled. Really struggled to put wins together. They're struggling to score goals. They've only got 45 goals on the season. And with him having 18 points, you figure that's over a third of their goals were due to Miller. So I definitely want to talk about how well he's doing over there. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll right into my top D-man. And my top D-man is none other than the legend himself, Cav Lax 1, who is sporting a 6-0 record so far this season with 0 goals, 8 assists, and a +14. He's got 11 shots and 12 hits, 100% face-off percentage somehow, and 22 takeaways with only 51 giveaways. Sorry. The one reason I do want to highlight him is because he's way better than Cloud. So much better. So much better than Cloud. And I know, Cloud, you didn't ask, but I just had to let you know. So, but we'll go ahead and move on. Dangs, who's your top teammate?
I really don't like mentioning him on the show, but it's Bryson, fucking Cab's D partner, 6-0-0, 5 goals, 6 assists, +14, and I'm pretty sure this is a season low after the 2-week mark for him. He only has 38 giveaways.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, that's pretty surprising.
And I just want to point out too, Bryson's also better than Cloud. So
honestly, I think Cloud may very well be the worst D-man on Providence.
I'd probably say so too.
Yeah. Dave, who do you got, buddy?
He's only the worst on Providence because I'm not there. I still remember how you guys picked him back up, but not me. But that's cool.
No. We're gonna trade him for you and get you back.
Oh yeah, the big shitty salary that I have. Yeah. Well,
we can trade Neil for you too. He plays with his TV off as well.
My top D man is me this week. Oh, that was a joke, by the way. That was better than Dudley's top 10 that he does on Overdrive. I know. Yeah, I'm the new jokester here. No, I picked Hammy X27 this week. He went 4-2-0 with 12 points and a +10. Usually when I pick a defenseman, I go by plus-minus or giveaway takeaway. So I went by plus-minus this week, and I didn't realize he was the leader in points among defensemen as well. But yeah, he's also on the Syracuse Crunch. They're just my favorite guys, Picking everybody from the Syracuse Crunch.
I have a feeling we're going to be talking a lot about them because I've picked a lot of other guys as well.
And Hammy's a pretty good defenseman.
Yeah, Hammy's a really good defenseman. I played with him once last season, and then in a club game rather, and I was really impressed. And then I saw him play a couple games went down the stretch in week 9 last season when the playoffs were really tight in our division. and he came out pretty big for us in a couple of those wins that he had to help get San Jose into the playoffs. But Jesse, it's on you, buddy.
All right. So my top D man for the first 2 weeks is going to be GM or AGM of Hershey, V Frostick. 5-1 record. Only got 2 points on the year, but that's all right as a D man. He's plus 14, only 6 penalty minutes. He's got +1 takeaway giveaway ratio, which is pretty good for a D man. His only loss coming this week against Milwaukee. And I think that's about it. Not much of a hitter. Only has 8 hits. Yeah.
I feel like Frostic's been around a while, but I've never heard of him before. A lot of people.
17.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, you know Frostic." I'm like, I don't know Frostic. But I'm glad we got to talk about him, and I'm hoping that we'll get to talk about him a couple more times throughout this season. Let's roll right into our top goalie. Dings is back now, but I'm going to go ahead and start with Dave now because Dings was gone.
Oh, see, Dangs gets out of it. What a guy. This week I went with Lazy Kid in GA. He went 6-4-2. The reason I picked him is the record's not the best, but he had 174 shots against and still managed an 83.3 save percentage, which is one of the highest in the league so far. And I took a look at the teams he's played. Like he hasn't played awful teams either. He's played he played my team, but on the contrary, he did go to double overtime and made 24 saves in that game. But he played against Charlotte, Providence. I was looking further into it. I completely forgot the other teams, but my analysis was that he played a lot of good teams, not only scrub hunting. So that's why I picked him.
Huh, that's honorable of you, Dave. Very honorable.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
I don't know. You did tell all of Providence that we suck last week.
Well, kind of.
I hate you so much. Jesse, what do you got?
And I hate you. That's why Providence sucks.
Okay.
Okay, so for goalie, I got Moches 18. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's a goalie on Bakersfield, sporting a 6-3 record, 84.7 save percentage, 2.21 goals against. No shutouts yet, but he's got some wins over Utica, San Diego, Toronto, Syracuse, and he's got one over Grand Rapids as well. Losses to Stockton, Rockford, and Chicago Wolves.
All right. And Dangs?
I have Ein, our good buddy, our TC buddy. Terrible record. It's 3-5. But he put up an 83% save percentage and 2.2 goals against on Iowa, and they're pretty horrible.
Really? They were doing pretty well after week 1, I thought.
The division's still got to be close.
Yeah. Oh, no. That's the division I was
yeah.
looking at where, like, nobody's really doing
yeah.
Rockford kind of pulled away this week, but after last week.
It's just a weak division.
Yeah. I love Ein. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Graphics extraordinaire. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about mine then. My goalie of choice is this man, Mr. Waxabano of the Syracuse Crunch. As mentioned before, we're going to talk about them a lot. Here's why I picked him. He has got a god-awful record. Only 3 wins on the season and 7 losses and 1 overtime loss. But I looked into his stats because he has like incredible stats. I thought at first that maybe Syracuse's management was fucking up putting in stats because it didn't make any sense. But the guy leads the league in shots against by I believe it's like 15 or something like that. You figure 15 is sometimes how many shots you see in 2 games, like 2 games combined. So but he's seen 189 shots so far this season, and he's got a 81.8 save percentage and a 2.9 goals against average. But in the games where his offense actually does something and scores more than 2 goals, he's got the 3 wins and he's got 1 loss. Other than that, I mean, the guy's playing incredible. He's had several games where he's faced over 20 shots. He's got 3 games where he's faced over 20 shots, 1 where he's faced 19. He had a game where he faced 30 shots and only let in 3 goals. Like, that's fucking incredible to me. So shout out to him, and Syracuse's management needs to pick up some damn forwards, apparently. And with that, I'm going to roll right into my shitty winger because he's from that same team, and that's none other than it's L Prozer L. He's got a 1-5-1 record with 9 points. So 7 games, 9 points, a -9, with 49 giveaways. He's been a part of several of those losses that Waxabano has been in. Really, like, I don't understand why these guys keep players like this around. You got amateurs on other teams you can trade for, shit like that. Make it happen. But moving on, Dings, who's your shit team or winger forward?
I have Dirty from the Griffins. It doesn't even have a bad record. He's 4-2-0, but he has 2 points on the season in 6 games, just 2 goals, and he's -4.
That's it.
It really seems hard to believe that 4 wins and he has 2 points.
Yeah,
And a minus. Wow.
like how do you not even get like a couple of assists?
I have more points than that.
I'm proud of you, Dave. I really am.
I have a game-winning goal. You should be proud of me.
I don't have a goal yet, so you're better than me.
Bar down. It was pretty wicked.
Yeah. Did you do it for who'd you score that goal for?
Who did I score the goal for?
Yeah, like, you know, that was for you. Insert name here.
Oh, that was for me.
Okay, that's good.
That's it. Yeah, no, I just didn't want to lose another game, so.
You didn't do it for Buck?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, Buck wasn't playing, so that's why I decided to score so that we would win games when he's not playing.
Oh, okay. That's commendable.
See, this is what we do. When I'm playing the game, if it's with Buck, I lose it on purpose. And then when I play without Buck, we win so that we can blame all of our losses on him, and it's nobody else's fault.
Yeah, Buck sucks.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's not my fault, it's his. Because
Yeah.
I can win with other goalies.
I don't know why people keep picking him to be their AHL management. It must be really desperate.
Love you, Buck.
Anyways, so I covered mine. Danks covered his. Jesse, you cover yours or no?
Bad forward? No.
Go ahead.
So I'm picking left wing on Ontario. IX Wagner. IX. 0-4-2 record. 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists, -14 on the season. Takeaway to giveaway ratio is actually not too bad. -25 as a forward is actually pretty decent. And also only 6 penalty minutes. Every loss that he's been in, there's only 1 game that's been, or 2 games that have been 1-goal games with the 2 overtime losses. Besides that, they've been pretty hefty losses.
Where did he end up this season?
He's on Ontario.
My
okay,
team.
well, that's why.
Yeah.
He probably played with Buck every game. Did you check?
I can. I don't know if he did or not. Probably. I mean, there's 2 overtime losses. I don't know if Buck has any overtime losses or not.
Buck. Wagner likes to skate into D-men, so I'm surprised he only has.
Yeah, both overtime losses were with Buck. So.
Huh, who knows? Is Buck giving himself 6 games, Dave?
He's got 10 games played, so 5-5 each week.
Incredible. All right. Who's your shit forward, Dave?
I picked B Major off of the Manitoba Moose.
Come on, I love B Major. He's a good kid.
Nice guy. I've only talked to him like once or twice, but nice guy. The reason I picked him is because I completely forgot to pick a shit forward before the show, so I found one really, really quick. so I went down the list and I decided to find the guy who played 6 games like B Major, who only had 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists, and was a -7, as well as him having 10 penalty minutes and -40 takeaway giveaway ratio. So it was, I picked him quick. My fault for not being prepared. I hate myself. I know.
No, don't hate yourself.
Let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on with your shitty D-man.
How about my shitty D-man? I picked Chris 85 from Belleville. This one was pretty easy to pick. He's 1-5 on the season with a -24.
Yikes.
He lost 12-0 to San Antonio, which is where 12 of his negative plus minus came from. And the only team that he beat this season was Lehigh, which is another last place team in their division. So, I mean, his takeaway giveaway is only -6, which isn't bad, but he's also only got 1 takeaway. Which I don't know. I don't even know how that's possible, but I picked him because he's -24, and I would probably quit if I was -24.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, I'm a dick.
Okay. Who do you got, Jesse?
I have right D off of Grand Rapids Griffins L4L Jan L4L, a record of 1-5, 6 assists, -7 on the season. But the only big reason I picked him is because he's a -14 on the takeaway to giveaway ratio as a D-man. Sporting something like that's usually no bueno. It's probably one of the contributing factors of why his record's 1-5. And he has losses to actually all of his losses are to playoff teams except for Springfield.
Huh. Well, I guess we
As
got
of right now, playoff teams anyway.
Yeah, this week too. It's too early to tell. Dangs, who you got?
Okay, so he just talked about mine, so I just looked on LG and switched mine up. I took my second pick. Actually, LG name is Dunk Tater. He has 64 giveaways. He has 6 points in his 6 games, which actually isn't bad as a D-man. Went 3-3-0. That's 64 giveaways and 14 takeaways, though. That's one of the highest minuses in the whole league.
Wow, and 3-3-0 on a good team.
Yeah.
Imagine what I could do if Dangs knew how to beat a trap, or Brody for that matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you had a decent line you're playing with, it would probably be better.
Oh, wait, hang on. 2 of the. Oh, shit. Also, let's be real here. If I don't break the fuck out, it's probably just going to either be an icing call or
Neil.
No, poor Neil. I love Neil, but
like I'm bringing it back to him dragging his player along the ice with his fucking phone.
The what? What are you talking about? Oh, he froze anyways. Fuck him.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, it's his last show anyways. I'm tired of this shit. He brought up Wickedly Moist and then brought up me. He's done.
Nobody talks shit about me.
Yeah, this is my fucking show. I run shit. Anyways, I'm going to talk about my shitty D-man. I hate doing this to him, but this is really not good. Not a good season so far for him. And it is our reigning Eddie Shore winner, XXPD Mac or Leech L or IL2L or something like that. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe he needs to change his tag back to PD Mac to do well, because right now he's sitting with a 1-4-1 record with 3 points. He's got 27 takeaways and only 30 giveaways, but after the season he had last season, this is really, really a down year for him. He's that he is a free contract on Stockton now, right? Or did they just re-sign him?
I think he's the AGM, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're taking up that free contract spot. You're not that cheap 500K guy. That was honestly a steal the past 2 seasons. But you're gonna have to step it up, buddy. Or I'm gonna keep talking poorly about you, and I don't like doing it because you're my friend. But anyways, let's move on to goalies. I always find this to be the hardest one. But Dave, who's your goalie?
My goalie is obviously the reason why the team's losing. Obviously, it's Buck. I picked Buck.
Oh, it's written in the stars.
Buck, you're 0-8-2. We all bug you about it.
Wait, he legit hasn't won a game yet.
No, yeah, he's 0 wins, 8 losses, and 2 overtime losses.
Wow.
So to me, looking at the stats, Buck, I want to be nice to you, but you don't have a win yet, so that's why I picked you. You made the list.
Just made the list.
Yeah.
I did look more into Wagner's stats. He did play every game with Buck, so it does make sense that why he's winless.
Poor guy.
But no, one of the things about Buck too, though, is that he doesn't play himself against only the shitty teams. He does even it out fairly to some of the good teams. So,
what do you guys consider shitty over in Ontario?
You mean
anybody worse than us, which is nobody. So we all play good team. I play all the good teams. That's how it goes.
That's incredible. Really is.
Yeah, I actually, I think last game I played was against Stockton. we were tied 3-3. Skating back into my own end, I decided to poke the puck off of their player right into our own net. Skating back up the ice on the next play, 3 seconds left in the game. I have a wide open net across the crease, and I pass it and miss the guy, and we lose the game. So it was all my fault. But I blamed it on Buck anyways, even though he wasn't even in the game.
No, yeah, that's Buck's fault. He scheduled you for that game, so he's the manager.
Exactly.
It's poor managing. I had a point to add to that. Oh yeah, didn't Buck, like, after playing 2 games last season, he led the league in like save percentage and was hyping himself up, and now look at him.
I think so.
What an absolute shit star. Anyways, I don't want to talk about my goalie yet. Dangs, who do you got?
I have Jesus52, who just recently got traded to Toronto. He is 3-5 with a 66.7 save percentage and a 3.64 goals against average. That's a pretty rough season in the summer season in the AHL.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think he was on a decent team too. I think he was on San Antonio.
He was on Toronto and got traded from Toronto to San Diego Bulls.
You sure? That was the other way around.
He got traded. Him and Luffer got traded for Garbs and the Greach.
Oh, okay.
Garbs is wicked. Garbs is good.
Oh, he's going to Luke's team, so it makes sense.
I like Greach too.
Garbs was on Cleveland with us last season.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to talk about Too Much Tuco now. I don't get that gamer tag. Unless he's like trying to make a play on name with like Tuukka Rask's name or something.
Or tacos.
I have no idea. Or yeah, I guess tacos. I do like tacos. Yeah, me too.
2 tacos. Maybe that's the joke.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to message.
It's a double taco. I like this guy.
Stay tuned to Rink Talk next week. We're gonna find out the answer to this. Anyways, I picked Too Much Tuco after the first 2 weeks. He did go 3-0 this week, but last week he was 0-3 with losses coming to Charlotte, Hershey, and the abysmal Syracuse Crunch. After week 1, he had a 62.5 save percentage and a 5 goals against average. This week, he did go, 3-0. But still only a 71.9 save percentage and a 2.96 goals against average. And he didn't beat good teams. He played against Texas and Dave's team, and Dave's backup goalie got a win because Buck can't get any. And and then he played San Diego and won 6-5. So the offense really carried him that game.
You know, I can't wait until like I have to play my next games, and Buck's just gonna be like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck?"
I'll try to have this up a little bit sooner, so he'll have the whole weekend to kind of like let
okay,
it sit and either
I'm
let it really
leaving on vacation. I'm leaving on vacation, so I'm playing my Sunday games, and that's it.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be here next week.
Not going to be on the show next week because I'll be, in Alberta. Woo!
Dangs won't be here either.
For a
So
wedding.
Huh? What? Sorry, Jesse. Who do you got for your?
That's right. Dangs didn't hear us because he kept lagging out.
Don't worry,
Shocker.
Don't watch.
Man,
Go
ask Montorius for my trophy, man. Worst connection.
ahead, Jesse.
For goalie, so what am I finishing off here? I have LGAHL on Manitoba. This gentleman is winless. He is 0-5-2, 74.2 save percentage, 3.4 goals against. Stats aren't too bad besides the record. It's just he's not really getting any goal support. I mean, he's got a 6-1 loss, a 3-0 loss, a 2-1 loss, a 2-1 loss, a 2-1 loss, 2-5 loss, and a 3-4 loss. So his team has not scored more than 3 goals in any game that he has played. So very unfortunate for him, but since he's got the 0-5-2 record, that's why I picked him.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, it does.
What team is he on again?
The Moose. If he would have played against us yesterday, probably would have got a win.
Maybe. Who knows? We played against.
Probably not.
Say. Yeah. As soon as Dangs took that penalty, because his internet sucks. Yeah. Don't worry. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. You were lagging out then too. So.
We talked about it in the middle of the show too, and you also were lagging out. So.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just rewatch. If your internet can handle it, I don't know.
If you post it in like 240p, I might be able to handle it. Like I can just get the voice through, but
20 minutes of buffering.
Yeah.
You should try going to your local Timmy's for our next recording.
Local Timmy's, yay! Tim Gorton's.
Gordon's?
Yeah, Tim Gorton's.
It's because your name's Gavin?
Yeah, I own the restaurant chain entirely.
You had no reason for that, did you? And then he pointed it out.
Yeah, I really didn't. I just said it.
I hate you. I really fucking hate you. All right, guys. Well, that's about all we have for time this week. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me tonight. Also, if you guys have any ideas for segments, anything you guys would like to see, shoot me a message on Discord at Dunks Dynasty #3635 or whatever hashtag, whatever you want to say. We'd love to hear from you. Criticism is always good. I can't post on the website right now. I forgot to mention that.
And you also can't.
Can we talk about that quick?
I guess we can. But first, Dave, go ahead with your thought.
I was gonna say comments to Dunks cannot include getting rid of Dunks because he's the host and we can't get rid of him. So just keep those to yourself.
The only people who can get rid of me are my parents, and they kicked me out when I was 19, and that's probably what's wrong with me. But yeah, Jesse's shaking his head like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" Yeah. Shit, what do we want to talk about again?
So, how many Providence logos got banned from the chat box in one day?
I think it was 3. 2?
Who was it? It was you, Darcy. Was there anyone else?
I know me and Darcy.
Well,
I think there was
Dinks,
one more.
I guess, if you want to count him.
Yeah, I
Fuck
guess.
it. Tino? Did Tino?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Tino
was this-
floats the line, and that triggers the shit out of me. And you know
I
what?
don't-
The thing that also pisses me off is this is my first chat mute ever, and it's a fucking month.
Wrong place, wrong time, I guess.
I don't know. What a,
I'd say wrong subject, but
what a,
I was muted for 1 minute once.
me too. And then he undid it because it was on an accident. He meant to do it to someone else.
I thought about muting Brody for 6 months in our Discord, but you'd probably enjoy that. Sorry, just saw Cassie walk by. Cassie, come here. All right,
Yeah.
come on. We're closing out the show. Ugh. All right, everyone. Cassie wants to go to bed, and so do I. Unless you gentlemen have something to add.
Bye, Cassie. Best host ever.
Yeah, she's way better than me. She's also a lot cuter. Thanks, Jesse. Anything?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. We will see everybody next week, and I hope you all enjoyed. Goodbye.
Adios, amigos.